Hello and welcome back to AEF TV in association with Engerati. It's part of the EnergyNet Student Engagement Initiative sponsored by Agreco and Norton Rose Fulbright. We're joined now by Judith. Judith, tell us a bit about yourself.
Hello, my name is Judith Joseph Buchweishaija. I'm a final year student at the University of Dar es Salaam in Tanzania. I'm taking a bachelor degree in electrical power engineering. And I'm also doing a final year project on designing a solar power PV which will be used as a backup source for a certain hospital in Dar es Salaam, Tanzania.
And tell me a little bit about some things you've learned while you've been here.
First, I was not quite aware of this sort of thing, like the Energy Forum about Africa. I was not quite aware. It's actually good, and I've learned a lot, like in terms of law, how law is associated with engineering and finance all together combined. And also I've learned like how Africa is trying to advance in terms of its power generations. So it's kind of selling itself to the investors to grow its economy.
And if there's an ideal thing that you'd like to do, what would that be?
In which terms, maybe?
In the first job.
First job, I'm very passionate about renewable energy. Clean energy is like my passion, so I would like to concentrate on that sector. Yeah.
Tell me a little bit about your dissertation. What have you discovered while doing that?
I discovered solar is not quite efficient to work on its own. It needs a base load. So like you can't only rely on solar to produce, especially it's something which during the day only it exists. So at night you need some other sources of electricity to support it. That's what I've discovered.
And is that something you'd like to continue? You'd like to continue going into the renewable sector?
Yeah, I would like so much to do renewables because I'm more into conserving the environment, and renewable energy is the way to go.
And a final question to you. If you could do anything to sort of change some of the landscape, bearing in mind the stuff that you've learned now, what would that be?
If I what? Sorry?
If you could do something, if there's something that you found that, oh, I'd quite like to fix that, what would that be?
In this energy forum?
Yeah, in the energy sector in general.
In the energy sector, well, there's, I can't think of anything that, maybe in terms of how people outsell themselves. Yeah, that could be. And
that's great. Yeah, and listen, thanks for sharing and thanks for telling us a bit about yourself. That was great. And thank you as well for watching as part of the EnergyNet Student Engagement Initiative sponsored by Agreco and Norton Rose Fulbright.